You're watching Funny or Die TV.
Zack Morris is trash.
Stevie the pop star is coming back to her middle school to perform. Zack lays claim to her famous flesh. Lisa, president of Stevie's fan club, is certain Stevie will have no interest in Zack's immature ass. Here's Stevie. Zack bet Nikki he could kiss Stevie and claims he already won on a technicality because he kissed her poster. Pathetic. If he wins, Nikki has to wash his gym clothes for a year, attempting to force his unwanted physical advances and housework on two women at the same damn time. Stevie's so happy to see someone who knew her back when she was still Colleen. Miss Bliss learns Stevie's at a hotel and insists she stay at her place. Stevie is pumped about her show and wants to sing a song for one special student. Word is out, Stevie's looking for someone to serenade. Zack intends to be that someone, then leverage the moment for a kiss.
She won't be able to say no while the cameras are rolling.
It should come as no surprise, Zack's moving to Hollywood next year. A wigless Stevie got accepted to college, and despite her management's career concerns, she's excited to find herself through higher education, because she's got a good head on her shoulders, especially without that wig. Zack hounds Lisa for info on Stevie he can use to win his carnal wager. Stevie loves charities and lost causes, but how lost?
Earthquake relief, world hunger, children's hospitals. Ding.
Zack is suddenly not feeling great. Neither am I. Stevie picked a winner, Zack Morris. His doctor sent her a note saying his dying wish is a Stevie song. Hopefully it will add a few extra days to his over any minute now life. P.S. Don't be afraid to kiss him. He's not contagious. Where did this guy go to med school? Belding announces Zack will be on stage with Stevie. Miss Bliss wants to know his secret. Zack says he was just born lucky, which is accurate as he does not have a fatal disease. Belding tells Zack he knows. Zack does his best deathbed cough. Pathetic. Belding alerts Milo that Zack is on his way out, so be nice. Zack takes delight in his new power of manipulation. He tells Belding to keep this quiet. He doesn't want people treating him differently. The only reason he's doing this. Belding says it's their secret. Oh, and he's clearing Zack's atrocious academic record. But wanting to help, Belding showed Zack's note to Miss Bliss, who wants to know how she can ease his final days. Zack was feeling a little weak during their last test. An A would really help. Of course. By the way, what is killing Zack? Clearly, it's not his conscience. Zack says it's a rare case of, desclerosis. Best he can come up with, pathetic. Miss Bliss says her grandpa had that. She knows the cure. You just need to hop up and down to shake loose all that bullshit you're full of. She can't believe she has to say this, but you are not supposed to lie about dying. It caused Belding real pain, Zack's favorite part of the scam. And he hurt Stevie. Zack doesn't care. She's just some broad who's gonna sing to him. Won't be the first, won't be the last. Miss Bliss can't believe she also has to say this, but Zack's Stevie song is off. Zack goes to apologize at Miss Bliss's house to maybe get that song back and bumps into Colleen. She asks if Zack really made a bet to kiss Stevie.
I guess you think she's pretty hot.
Nah. Okay, she's not a dog.
What a charmer. Zack tells Colleen to deliver his apology for him, mistaking her for his personal apology secretary. Then tells Colleen to tell Miss Bliss to tell Stevie she's a real dummy for quitting music to go to college. Stevie had it made, because all Zack values is money, not learning, and what he assumes to be a life of doing zilch. Colleen drops some knowledge on Zack's boring ass that entertainment is hard work. Then, psychologically attacked to feel Zack's approval is the only thing keeping her from being a dog. Goes in for a kiss that is way more than Zack can handle. Pathetic. The gang is gathered for Stevie's show. Nikki has gym clothes for Zack to wash because he's too dense to understand he won. Wow, what a show. What a really weird show. This show is very weird. Zack says Stevie's weird show was awesome. Her friends call her Colleen. Zack, realizing he's the victor, screams like a spaz that he kissed that girl. Only nobody believes him, listens, or cares, because no matter what, he's still a loser. Let's review. Zack Morris gambled over a celebrity kiss to make his female classmate wash his sweaty clothes. And when he learned his target has a kind heart, abused that knowledge by faking a terminal illness to guilt her into kissing him. Then expanded his charade, exploiting anyone who would be foolish enough to grant him one last kindness. Then, while attempting apology by proxy, which is not a thing, called the young lady he gambled on stupid for wanting to go to college. And when he got that kiss, that he only got by being a jerk, and was too slow to know occurred, couldn't just enjoy it, and had to yell about it like a little blonde weenie. Zack Morris is trash.
Zack Morris is trash. Zack Morris is trash.
Zack scans the class for fresh meat to torment. He tries to pressure Robin into a date, but she quickly deduces he's broke and therefore not worth her valuable time. The gang's assigned a cable access show. Kelly wants to do something original a young audience can relate to. Zack wants to rip off a stale format made specifically for adults. Zack appoints himself co-anchor of his sloppy morning show that leads with a principal interview. Sure, the kids are gonna love that. Then a weather report. That's just an excuse to put Kelly in a bathing suit and get her soaking wet. Time for the spaghetti sauce segment. for the teens. Screech's sauce is a hit. Fans are clamoring to buy it. Zack sees Robin, who he knows would probably do hand stuff for a rich guy, and gets a great idea. He yells they're going to sell Screech's sauce and be millionaires. Only his plan attracts Robin to Screech because she is not interested in middle management. Robin tells Screech to buy her lunch with money he doesn't have. Zack commandeers the school kitchen with beakers he stole from the lab and labels he had Lisa print in the library. Kelly wonders if they might get in trouble for using all these Bayside resources to sell spaghetti sauce. Zack says it's fine, a lie. Screech returns from his pricey lunch date. Kelly says Robin is bad news. She only sees dollar signs. Screech is in denial, which Zack ignores to start his marinara empire. Zack packages the recipe he stole from Screech, in equipment he stole from the school, in a sequence he stole from I Love Lucy. Then Zack uses Bayside's AV gear to shoot a commercial that features every Italian stereotype under the Tuscan sun to be broadcast on airtime that was intended for their class project. Zack sets up shop without a permit inside a restaurant he is now competing with, displaying large color signage made on school printers. Then has the girls neglect their real cheerleading duties to rally up some sales. Meanwhile, Screech is in way over his head with his gold-digging lady friend, buying her lobster and expensive jewelry. The girls beg Zack to intervene. Unwilling to lose his female sales force, Zack finally agrees to talk to Screech. When Belding inquires if he knows anything about these exorbitant bills for tomatoes, beakers, and printing materials he does not recognize, Zack hands him a beaker full of tomato sauce with a printed label to throw him off his trail. But before Zack can tell Screech what he should have told him about Robin minute one, a man from Betsy Crocker Foods says that sauce they're selling, it's from their published recipe book. Cease and desist. Zack takes no responsibility for his latest business thrown together with no due diligence and plans to murder his friend.
I'm gonna kill him.
At least Screech has Robin. Zack at long last informs him she only wants cash, the entire reason Zack alerted her they were getting into the sauce biz. Screech, who should have stopped believing Zack years ago, understandably doesn't trust him until he overhears Robin's cruel laughter. Zack and the gang are packing up. Zack is stoked they didn't get sued and made a little cash. A good day at school in his deranged book. Belding walks in with the smoking gun Zack gifted him. He wants the $1,500 they spent by tomorrow, or they're all suspended. Zack says they'll just have to pay back what they stole from their profits. Only there aren't any. Screech spent every dime on Robin. This gives Zack a great idea. He has Screech tell Robin he's exhausted from making all this dough, so he's selling the recipe today to spend more quality time buying her lobsters. Zack shows up to the meeting looking like a goddamn Indiana Jones villain. The gang runs a very hacky bit, saying the sauce is a gold mine, then begins a bidding war with this stranger who looks nothing like Zack. Robin takes the bait and writes a check for $2,000, a $500 net profit on their theft that Zack greedily grabs. Let's review. Zack Morris took an opportunity to make a new show for a young audience and turned it into uninspired chaos. Then when one quality thing somehow emerged from his pile, he schemed to use it to get rich to gain physical access to a shady woman he knew only wanted money. And when his noisy plan got Screech involved instead, did nothing to try and stop it until the damage was done, because he didn't want to impede the profit margins of a business that has zero overhead since every part of it is stolen. Then, to pay back his theft after handing over damning evidence to his sole investigator, used his flair for dull showmanship to steal one last time by robbing a girl with a spaghetti sauce recipe he never even owned. Zack Morris is trash.
Zack Morris is trash.
You're watching Funny or Die TV.
Zack Morris is trash.
Zack Morris tells Kelly he's never felt this way, but he's extra double horned up and wants to go steady. Zack threatens to murder Kelly's interrupting brother,
Wanna live till tomorrow?
then pushes her to answer. She needs to sleep on it. Zack whines for a kiss like an infant. Zack announces Bayside's hottest babe will be his any minute, because of course she'll say yes. Then Zack sees a new woman and goes sparkle vision speechless. He's extra triple horned up. He didn't even know that was possible. She's Jennifer.
I'm Zack. And I'm in love.
Kelly who? Kelly has Zack's answer after poetry class. Zack doesn't give a squirrel's anus. Belding tells the school it's time for flu shots. And don't be afraid of a little prick. There's a huge blonde one roaming the halls. Kelly reads her poem about a special someone. But while she's pouring her heart out, Zack daydreams away to Sparkletown to instead hear that woman he just met. Belding calls in the first round of flu shots. Jessie needs glasses. She foolishly turns to Zack for support.
Zack, do you think guys like girls who wear glasses?
No way.
Zack's not a fan of anything that helps a young lady see she's making a mistake. Turns out Jennifer is the new nurse. Zack goes full bozo mode, again, stammering and staring.
Would you like to sit down?
Oh no, I prefer being held.
Gross and sad. Then gives her the weird dead eyes. Who would ever want that? Truly awful. Let's see how Zack handles the best news ever.
Well, I guess you know the answer. It's yes.
That's great, Cal. So what was the question?
Scum of the earth. Kelly suspects Zack is into someone else, which seems unlikely as Kelly is made of rainbows and joy, but Jesse will investigate. Zack's rehearsing his creepiest what's ups in his ugliest suit. Jesse wants answers. Zack makes her promise not to tell anyone, but he's in love with the new nurse. Barf. Jesse wonders how Kelly will take getting dumped. Zack says slow down with that dump talk. No reason he can't have a second, less hot girlfriend. You can own a Porsche and still ride the bus sometimes. Jesse, incredulous, asks if Zack plans to date them both. Sounds good to Zack, who fantasizes about a future where he's a famous surgeon, and Kelly and Jennifer assist his reckless malpractice in between sticky threesomes. Kelly wants intel. Jesse, honoring Zack's ass-covering vow of silence, says vague nothings and is now complicitly constructing Kelly's road to misery. Zack limps in. He needs to see the nurse. Alone, Zack jogs away. Zack runs his slimy suit game on this poor woman trying to do her job.
Oh, what can I do for you?
Oh boy, now there's a question.
Then mutters some inconsistent symptoms
Wonder what's going on in that body of yours.
and closes with his I've got a boner face. Jennifer will be right back. But when Slater arrives for his shot, Zack thinks it's the nurse. He says he's in love. Through a curtain, with no eye contact, like all people who are serious about commitment do, then wraps up his aggressively desperate sales pitch.
This is the real thing. Don't fight it, just go with the flow.
Slater has a fear of needles and offers to keep this quiet if Zack takes his flu shot for him. Zack tells Screech he did some soul searching, and being faithful holds less appeal than banging around. But because losing Zack will crush Kelly, she'll need a human distraction from the agony who won't make Zack jealous. Wow, how thoughtful. Screech says Melvin from Chess Club is the perfect nerd who won't threaten his tiny ego. Zack, who wanted exclusivity yesterday, says they should see other people, using a condescending, mindless metaphor about how they're both nuts that need room to grow into trees. He really should have paid more attention in poetry class. Kelly wants to know if there's someone else. Zack promises there isn't another student, mastering the art of not lying his ass off. Kelly is devastated and eternally angry at all men for being so blindly scorned without reason. Slater and Jesse talk in code about Zack's secret, but Lisa cracks the case. And because she didn't promise anything, tells the nurse. Jennifer is shocked and disgusted, but says she knows how to deal with sick people. Jennifer calls Zack in on what appears to be very casual Friday. She knows he likes her. And she hasn't been able to stop thinking about the nervous, mumbling virgin who can't dress for shit and keeps bugging her at work. Zack's nothing like her violent pro wrestler husband. Then she starts talking about marrying Zack and having kids. Fearing for his life and adult responsibilities beyond that of wearing a tie, Zack yells he has a girlfriend. A lie. And being scared to death has really made him come around on monogamy and not sexually harassing the faculty. Zack goes to Kelly's, but she's hanging with Melvin, who is way cooler and hotter than Zack. And Kelly is ready for someone who appreciates her and isn't a shady turd. And we never see Nurse Jennifer ever again, because the shame of violating her nurse's pledge to teach a youth a much-needed lesson was too much to bear, and she probably fucking killed herself. Let's review. Zack Morris badgered Kelly into a relationship to possess the prettiest girl in school, then forgot all about her the first new woman he saw, and when he learned his crush is school staff, continued being gross and inappropriate. Then, when Kelly said yes, pretended he didn't know what she's talking about, causing intense mental anguish and confusion, while Zack very poorly tried to seduce this older woman, letting every friend know except Kelly. Then after breaking Kelly's heart, damaging all her future relationships, to pursue a thing that was never going to happen, and he couldn't handle, even if it did, had to be terrorized into wanting to make things right, and was bested by a guy he set up to be his deliberately inferior replacement. Only anyone is better than Zack Morris. Zack Morris is trash.
Zack Morris is trash. Zack Morris is trash.
It's the annual Bayside Girls' Choice Dance. Zack knows a ton of girls will choose him, so he's wearing his third most racist disguise to keep his options open. Zack tells Kelly he's waiting for her invite. Slater says she should pick a real man. Zack scolds Slater for reminding Kelly about free will. Rhonda wants to invite Zack, but instead of politely saying no, he makes her chase him all over school, then catches his breath to say she's nasty. Zack's bribing Lisa with magazines for info on Kelly. Zack has a 50% chance. Not bad, but his impatient, insecure ass wants answers now. He ups the bribery to Bon Jovi tickets that he carries around everywhere for some reason. Fucking loser. Then takes the tickets back when Lisa's information predictably hasn't changed in the last 10 seconds. Zack's lying about how many girls he's turned down today. Lisa is excited about Jesse's sleepover. Zack hears a room full of girls telling secrets and trust. Trust they can violate with no incentive by telling Zack everything. Jesse explains that's an invasion of privacy. Zack's glad she's on the same page. Harry Houdiner delivers Zack a romantic gift from Rhonda. Zack runs away like a rude blonde chicken. Zack and Screech break into to Jesse's house to wiretap her slumber party. Screech has second thoughts, but Zack tantalizes him with knowledge of his crush Lisa, who he knows full well would never date Screech. Zack tells Screech to do all the work while he plays with a giant doll. Then, when he hears Jesse coming, pushes him out a second-story window to save himself. The gals are talking gal stuff in what they assume to be a secure location. Who will Kelly take to the dance? Zack or Slater?
If I had to make my decision right now, I'd pick Zack.
Zack blows his cover, screaming like the goober he is, putting the gals on high alert with his blaring next-door dumbassery. Jesse uncovers Zack's illegal bugging of her teenage gathering. Zack, not a smart man, hits Screech and tells him to fix his broken machine. Jesse can't believe Zack's latest crime spree. Kelly suggests teaching him a lesson to curtail what will otherwise become a lifetime of home invasions, unlawful surveillance, and other assorted felonies. It's time to play the juicy secrets game. Zack sees nothing suspicious about this clear setup that's louder into the microphone than anything else all night. When Kelly likes a guy, she hurts him physically. It starts with a headache.
I black out, then wake up. The police are there. And that poor boy.
Zack needs to hear the rest. Any pre-murder hand action? Partial titty? Screech says Kelly's dangerous.
Oh, come on, Screech. She's a girl.
Screech informs Zack that girls are humans and capable of doing human things, including violence. Now, Jesse is using time she should be spending on academics to say ominous words about Kelly. And Slater is neglecting wrestling practice to wear a fake cast and tell Zack it was Kelly who put him in this wheelchair last night. Zack breaks into Belding's office to read Kelly's file. More crime. It says she did 6 months in a mental institute on this very official-looking document that definitely didn't come from the library printer. Kelly ignores class to pass Zack a not-so-subtle note.
My dearest Zack, you can run, but you can't hide.
Then, after everyone leaves, Kelly intimidates Zack around the room with a bat. Oh no, she's got a murder migraine. Zack, in prime position to confess his snooping and offer to help Kelly, does none of that, and instead determines the only way out is to say she should stop liking him because he already has a date to the dance, letting her murderous tendencies be someone else's problem. Zack is pouting through his date with Rhonda like a jerk. Kelly returns his microphone because he never thought to retrieve it this whole time. Jesse reveals she planted Kelly's file because she knows how Zack's simple, predictable mind works. And since Zack is slower than a broken escalator, Slater explains he was also in on it. Zack bullies Kelly while she's on a date, and so is he, to say she would have taken Zack, you know, if he hadn't illegally recorded her and all. Let's review. Zack Morris tried to make up Kelly's mind for her for a girl's choice dance. Unwilling to wait for her decision, and unable to coerce her friends to stab her in the back, broke into his neighbor's house to run slumber party surveillance, almost killing Screech in the process. And when he exposed himself by yelling like a total spaz, fell into a glaringly obvious trap that consumed tons of time these concerned friends should have been spending on school, to teach Zack a lesson about honesty that he did not learn, as he lied up until the last possible moment to save his ass, and was fine with letting someone else get killed. And he learned nothing about crime, which he is very bad at, or how to treat a woman and respect her right to make a decision. Zack Morris is trash.
Zack Morris is trash.
You're watching Funny or Die TV. And now, the shirtless painter.
It was only a dream.
Zack Morris is trash.
It's career week at Bayside. Zack is sad to learn he can't live off his parents forever. Zack wants to be a game show host, making a profession of putting strangers through his nonsense. Slater's preparing for his big wrestling match against Valley. He's ready to hit the beach after practice, but Zack says no distractions on the road to victory. Slater wonders why Zack suddenly gives a shit about anyone but himself. Surprise! He doesn't. Slater's wrestling Nedick, Valley's undefeated champ. Every year, Zack gambles on Bayside and loses. But this year, Slater is a guaranteed win. What will Zack win? A brand new dirt bike that's actually used. It belongs to the guy Slater's wrestling who took Zack's bet. Lisa wants to go into fashion. Zack makes her news all about him to do more bad game show host material nobody wants. That's somehow the worst performance at a table with chicken hat sorcery. Kelly wants to be an actress with lots of kids. Zack graciously offers to help. Slater doesn't have a career. Zack says who needs one? High school wrestling will obviously last forever. Slater's real friends implore him to think of the future. Zack is pretend dirt biking with Screech in a a delusional fantasy where girls are clamoring to hop on his overcrowded, underpowered pre-owned vehicle. Screech wonders how Zack can bet a dirt bike if he does not own one. Who needs a dirt bike when Slater is a lock? Zack commands Slater to get his lazy butt to practice, but Slater quit wrestling to find his calling. Instead of congratulating him on his newfound discipline, Zack calls him crazy. Zack is seeking counsel from Poultry the Magnificent, who says his dad quit driving a taxi and his mom made him cook and he hated cooking or whatever, who cares, so he went back to driving a taxi. This gives Zack a great idea. He calls Slater's dad, pretending to be from school, to rat on Slater for quitting. Zack checks if Slater is filling his time productively without wrestling. Huh. Those are the exact words his dad used. Slater needs a new activity, but he just wants to hang out with girls. Zack knows a place he says is definitely full of girls. Cooking Club. Of course. Zack is positive Slater will be so devastated by the female company and delicious food that he'll go back to sweaty dude fights. Zack joins Cooking Club to laugh at Slater's ridiculous apron, except Zack got the only goofy apron in the joint. Wow, really showed him, Zack. Cooking Club is fine, I guess. Nobody cares. Everyone, except Zack, made a decent cake. Slater is an exceptional chef. He has a natural talent that Zack ignores to whine about getting his face punched over his latest fraudulent wager. Someone tipped Nedick off to Slater's baking. Slater is proud of his culinary capabilities. Nedick mocks Slater's dumb apron. Gee, wonder who's feeding him this apron intel. But instead of taking the bait, Slater relaxes into his new and upgraded life. Nedick says if nobody fights, he wins by default. Zack is sure someone will step up. Nedick says someone better, because if someone doesn't, and he doesn't get his bike, he's going to fuck Zack's world up sideways. But instead of taking the world fucking punches he earned, Zack volunteers Screech to wrestle an undefeated heavyweight champion. A champion with a very real personal motive to win. Zack's brilliant plan is to make Slater feel bad about Screech's certain death, so he'll volunteer to take his place. And if Zack's wrong, he'll name the gym after his deceased lackey, a hollow promise he is in no position to ratify. Zack pulls Slater from the kitchen for Operation Guilt Trip. Slater laughs at anyone being foolish enough to send Screech against that Widowmaker. Zack pushes him again, but Slater has to go check on his quiche and nurture his promising new passion. Screech takes a sad crack at intimidating Nedick, who mercifully tries to get rid of him. So Screech is forced to say unforgivable things about Nedick's family at Zack's behest. Zack says Slater is not coming, then does nothing to stop the bloodbath he arranged. Screech is about to get his spine snapped like a twig when Slater comes to his rescue, thank God, and whoops Nedick post-haste, while Zack does zero. Slater's quiche was ruined because of Zack's locker room shaming. Now he's back to not worrying about his career until it will be far too late. And Zack yells he won his bike in front of the one person who shouldn't hear he was gambling. Fucking idiot. Let's review. Zack Morris gambled on a high school wrestling match with a dirt bike he didn't have. Then when his friend, concerned for his future, tried to better himself, used life lessons from a rooster wizard to shame him back into violent sports. Only his brain-dead scheme didn't work, because Cooking Club rules. And there's nothing wrong with aprons. Then when Slater displayed a real gift, unsuccessfully tried to embarrass him again, and played with Screech's life to guilt a reluctant Slater into abandoning his dreams to clean up Zack's lethal disaster. All for a dirt bike Zack didn't even get because he can't keep his mouth shut. Zack Morris is trash.
Zack Morris is trash.